Welcome to New Thought Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Shannon O'Hurley, and I'm so grateful to be with you this day. We have a beautiful service planned. Justin Lacey is here. And if you are joining us for the very first time, please know that we are an inclusive, progressive, and compassionate community. We are dedicated to social justice, and know that everyone is welcome here. We honor all walks of life, all paths to the divine. Wherever you are on your path, you are welcome here exactly as you are this day. And not only are you welcome here, but we have mindfully and we have thoughtfully created a place just for you, exactly as you are right now. So with that, know that you are so welcome, and we are glad you're here. So curl up, relax, enjoy the service. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Reverend Christine Green. Please join me as we anchor our time together in prayer. Breathing into this consciousness of now, I am so fully aware of the one presence that is all good. I know that this one presence, one life, one power contains everything that is seen and unseen. It is the manifest love that moves in and through and as me this day. I know that this is true for me as it is for everyone watching today and for all of humanity. I know this divine energy goes forth this day. Anyone in pain or suffering, anyone who has been afflicted by the fires in the Pacific Northwest, anyone grieving loss is lifted up, comforted, and blessed by love's healing energy. And I claim this same perfection of love radiates and emanates through each one of us in our sacred community. Our celebration is filled with light and love, peace and harmony. I know love flows through Reverend Shannon and her message, through the beautiful music, and all those who participate in making this service possible. I am so very grateful for all of these blessings revealed here. And I release this word with deep gratitude, knowing it's all good, releasing it into love, and so it is.
Thank you, Rev Christine, for that beautiful prayer. Given what many of us have been through the last couple of weeks, we have a special offering for you today. I invite you to close your eyes and get comfortable for our time of meditation and inspiration with Justin Lacey.
You search my heart and you know it, every beat, every word. You are on high, you're below. Every step leads to you. Where can I go from your spirit? No place to run. You can't see love, you need no invitation. You're here, so I sing. This is holy ground. So I stand and I know you always here and now. I stand and sing holy, holy, holy ground. Stand and sing holy, holy, holy ground. Standing on holy ground. Yeah. Standing on holy ground. Yeah. Loved by your hand, you have made me. Every beat of the heart, all of your thoughts, things of beauty, every whisper of love, every hour. You are with me when I awake. You are near, love you need no invitation. You're here, so I sing. This is holy ground. So I stand and I know you always hear. stand and sing holy, holy, holy ground. Stand and sing holy, holy, holy ground. Standing on holy ground. Yeah, standing on holy ground. Yeah. Holy, 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 there is none beside thee. Merciful and mighty love, ever present all in one. Holy, 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 though the darkness hide thee, what is dark that I should fear? The holy love of all is here. Holy, 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 there is none beside thee. Merciful and mighty love, ever present all in one. Holy, 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 though the darkness hides thee, what is dark that I should fear? The holy love of all is here on holy ground. I stand and I know you always here and now. I stand and sing holy, holy, holy ground. Stand and sing holy, holy, holy ground. Standing on holy ground. Yeah, standing on holy ground. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Justin Lacey. Oh, thank you. Thank you, the New Thought Messengers, and everyone who joined in on that song, Faith Walker and Elizabeth Harper and John Booster and Adrian and everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much. What a powerful reminder for us. This is such holy ground that we are on, and my goodness gracious. Beautiful. Thank you for that. Thank you. So, it's been a week, my friends. It's been another one of those really just those tough weeks, between the fires starting in California and then Oregon and Washington. And, many of the folks in our own community here were in evacuation zones. And, the feeling that many of us experienced when for days we saw sort of the yellow-orange skies and had, the worst air quality on record in the world, and then my heavens, the passing of our beloved Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and then just the racist rallies continue with this current administration, encouraging people to not worry about wearing masks while we are nearing 200,000 Americans who have died from COVID. And don't even get me started about how all of this impacts Black, Indigenous, and people of color. So, given this, you know what I want to talk about today? Faith. That's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about faith. And I'm not talking about the faith of your childhood. I'm not talking about, a God out there who miraculously, makes it better, maybe, depending on his mood. Not that kind of faith. I'm not talking about the wishful, magical thinking of New Age, self-help movements, none of that nonsense. I am talking about real faith. And this is something that I have personally sat with and deconstructed for years. And, what does it mean to have real faith? The kind of faith that I am interested in is real and timeless and ageless and dogma-less. That is the kind of faith that I am interested in. So what does that mean? As I contemplated unpacking this idea today, I was reminded of a memory. And it was several years ago. So I love all things water related. I love anything, ocean or river or lake, natural body of water. I am just the happiest girl. And the very first time that I actually went sailing on a real sailboat, I was in my early 20s, and it was a very small sailboat, but it didn't matter. I was so excited. I couldn't wait. We were in the San Francisco Bay. It was a small group of us. And I was told ahead of time that it was a fairly rough day for sailing, but I didn't care. Are you kidding me? I was so excited. I just wanted to go out on the water. And pretty soon, it was like 3, 2, 1. And I was so seasick. I was just so seasick. I was curled up in a ball, and I had my eyes shut really tight, and I was just trying not to barf is really, what it was. And I remember the moment when someone actually, very kindly sort of reached out and gently tapped me on the shoulder and let me know that actually I really should open my eyes and I should look out onto the horizon, the place where earth and sky meet, and that would steady me and it would calm the unease that I was feeling. And to this day, I remember my response after that loving, gentle advice. And my response was, "Oh, hell no. No. I am not opening my eyes." There I was in my little ball on the curled up on the floor of the boat there with a bucket next to me. And I was trying to just breathe and keep my eyes closed to keep the nausea down. And I felt like opening my eyes was the stupidest thing I could possibly do. It felt so counterintuitive. And I was like, no, absolutely not. Thanks, no. Might work for some people, doesn't work for me. So there I was, proceeding to get more sick and more nauseous and more nauseous, until finally, it just got so bad, desperate for relief. I just said, okay, I'll try it. I'll try anything at this point. I took a deep breath. I opened my eyes and I looked up and I saw the horizon. And sure enough, within a few minutes, looking at that horizon, that steady view actually made me begin to feel better. It helped immensely. And in thinking about this idea, I wondered how many of us resist something that is greater than ourselves, thinking that we alone can somehow control it. How often do we do that? Richard Rohr said, "The opposite of faith is not doubt. The opposite of faith is control." So my question for you in regards to all of this is there something in your life right now that feels big, that you are trying to control? Just check in for a minute. Is there something big you're trying to control, and how is that working out? How is that working out for you? Because what I know is that our connection to the horizon, the place where sky meets earth, is a powerful reminder of this steady strength, the calm assurance that spirit is always available to us, to steady us, to settle us, to hold us with that capital H. And we just have to open our eyes. That's the deal. We have to trust enough and have faith enough that if we open our eyes and we can look up from the rocking wild sea that life can sometimes be, there is a horizon, a divine horizon waiting to settle us and to calm us and to hold us. And this doesn't negate the pain or the discomfort that we're feeling. I want to be really clear about that. It doesn't negate that pain, but it certainly soothes it. It soothes it, and it reminds us that this too shall pass. Alma Luz Villanueva wrote, "The sacred is not in heaven or far away. It is all around us. The greatest challenge and gift is to see the sacred in each other." The greatest gift is to see the sacred in each other. So this week began the start of the National Latinx Heritage Month. And actually it started over 50 years ago as the National Hispanic Heritage Week. And in more than the 5 decades since, it has grown into the Latinx Heritage Month, celebrating the culture and the cultural contributions of the Latinx, Hispanic, and Latino identifying communities from around the world. And I want to connect some dots here. So you may have heard in the past, of something called a sister city. Maybe you've seen the signs. The idea was actually conceived after World War II in 1947. It was originally called the Twin Towns, and then now we call it the Sister Cities. And this was conceived, this idea developed, and as this intention to sort of foster friendship and understanding among different cultures and between former foes as an act of peace and reconciliation. Well, Guanajuato, Mexico has been the sister city of Ashland, Oregon for the past 51 years. And when the forest fires began destroying that area, that beautiful area in Oregon, and thousands of people were evacuated, the mayor of Guanajuato, Mexico, along with 5 city firefighters from there, left Mexico and traveled to Ashland, Oregon to help battle those devastating fires. Their sister city. They focused their energies on rescuing victims, on helping people who were, staying in the makeshift shelters. They gave medical attention to the many injured animals that were in the city there. They had the courage and the spiritual fortitude to risk their lives and travel to a country that as of late has not been particularly kind to them. Think about this for a minute. They had to fly over a racist wall surrounding our borders to get to us, to provide support for us. These actions of these 5 men reminded me of how God shows up in the world, or source, or spirit, whatever word works for you. Ernest Holmes said, God can only do for us what God can do through us. Look at how God worked through them. Those firefighters from Guanajuato, Mexico stand as a beacon for who we are as human beings and for the good that we are capable of. Reading that story reminded me of my faith in humanity. And I just, to them, a deep bow to you, gentlemen. A deep bow. Madeleine L'Engle wrote, "Faith is what makes life bearable, with all its tragedies, ambiguities, and sudden startling joys." In the middle of all of the fire and the destruction, that story felt like a startling joy. That's God right there, spirit. Speaking of joy, today is the final day of Rosh Hashanah. This is the Jewish New Year. We are in the High Holy Days, which are celebrated all over the world. It's such a rich time. And, I love this time. It just brings so much richness to all of us. And so if you are Jewish, I want to say Shana Tova, Happy New Year. One of the traditions that I love about Rosh Hashanah is that it gives Jewish people an opportunity for transformation, for reflection and transformation for the coming year. It gives them this beautiful opportunity to become the best person they can be. So whether you're Jewish or not, this message of transformation is a powerful one. It's ancient wisdom for all of us. Transformation, yeah, that's up right now, I would say, for all of us everywhere. And to that, I want to share with you an ancient story from the Hebrew Bible, because in it, it's so filled with this timeless truth. And, I love it when I visit these stories, because I see that people thousands and thousands of years ago grappled and struggled with the same questions that we have today. Yes, it was a different time, and many of the same questions were the same. So the story I want to share with you is a story about Abraham. Oh, keyword, it's a story, it's metaphor. Metaphor. Okay. So in the story, God tells Abraham to leave. God says, go with your wife Sarah and leave your home, leave everything that is unfamiliar to you. And God says, you will be going to a completely unknown place. Can you even imagine? I mean, I just imagine Abraham being like, God, are you joking? You got to be kidding me. What? Are you serious? I have to leave my entire way of being, my entire life, everything that I have ever known. God, you seriously want me to pack everything up? I'm 75 years old. You want me to pack everything up and go? And God's like, yep. And I imagine that, in my version of it, then God says to Abraham, yep. And you know what, Abraham, to sweeten the deal, you know what I'm going to do? So if you do this wild thing for me, if you trust me, and you do this wild thing, God said, and this is in scriptures, it's in Genesis for those of you who like that kind of thing. God said, I will make you a great nation. I will bless you, and I will bless those who bless you. And all peoples on earth will be blessed through you. Oh, that's a lot of blessings. But remember, in order for Abraham and Sarah to experience all of those blessings that awaited them, including, by the way, a son that they never thought they would be able to have, in order for all of that good to come to Abraham and Sarah, they had to let go of their old way of life. They had to let go of their old belief structure, of their old way of being. They had to lay all of that down and move on. The great news is they said yes. The great news is they did leave. And in doing so, their entire lives changed. And so did world history. According to the story. Isn't that extraordinary? They changed history by saying yes, by having faith, by trusting. And so metaphysically speaking, for us in our teaching, when we look at this story, the thing that is the most important thing here is that they released their old outdated beliefs and traveled to another level of consciousness. Why? To become a blessing to the world. And I believe that we are all being asked to do this right now in our own way. Think about it. We're all being asked to leave what is familiar to us and to have a completely new thought about ourselves in our homes. Hello, COVID. Have a whole new idea about our fellow human beings. I'm talking to you white people who are learning and unlearning everything about racism. We are being called to have a whole new understanding, reverence, and respect for Mother Earth, for our planet. Look at what happened this week between the fires and the hurricanes and the floods. Our beloved Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Justice RBG, said, real change, enduring change happens one step at a time. And every single one of us is here to take that walk. To, as the scripture says, be a great nation and have all peoples on earth be blessed through us. We too must collectively move to a new level of consciousness, one where our primary focus is to care for all people and for the earth. And this, my friends, is how we here in 2020, the people of the time of 2020, will become a blessing to the world. So, in becoming this new way of being, it's important to note that wherever you are on sort of the grand scheme of the level of COVID life, you know, that all of us collectively, we are all in some level, on some level, in an altered state of what is familiar. We don't know what's going to happen. Just like Abraham and Sarah, we don't know what terrain we're going to be asked to face in the next few months. We don't know what will happen with the upcoming election or when a vaccine is going to be available. There's so many unknowns. And so as we navigate this time, while we are collectively moving to a new level of consciousness, and I believe that is occurring simultaneously, I want to offer for you something that just might support you and help you through this time. I want to offer you one of the core concepts of our New Thought teaching. And this idea supports me. And it's something called the Triune Nature of God, which is really just a fancy phrase for the idea that God or source or spirit or love expresses itself through three aspects: spirit, soul, body. That God, that spirit, is in spirit, soul, and body. And so what that does is it kind of covers all of life. It supports us so much. I know when things get tough for me, and I know that I need to stand in my faith, this concept that spirit, that God is in all things as all things, helps me. It makes it easier to have faith, to know that spirit is everywhere, that God, love, source is in the horizon, the place where sky and earth meet, and that God is felt and known in the willingness of human beings to fly over borders and fight fires that are not their own. There's God's there too. Spirit is there too. And that spirit, that God, that love is also in the sacred process that we are all in our homes. This sacred process of becoming a blessing to our new world in any way that we can. This is the sacred ground that we all walk. This is it. It's everywhere. The sacredness, the sacred ground is at our kitchen tables. It's helping our kiddos, you know, if you're doing that, helping them online school. It is wearing masks. It is the sacredness of protesting, of praying, of showing up, of learning, of unlearning. It's all sacred because it's all spirit at the center of all of it. This is the triune nature. This is one of the core concepts, the foundation of our teaching. Spirit isn't just the horizon. Spirit is the gentle touch of a person who said to me, hey, Shannon, you know what? Look up. That's God too. And if you are in discomfort, if you are in pain, look up. Look up. Because this life is this holy and human and messy and numinous and sometimes suddenly joyful journey of faith. And God's Spirit is right with us, ahead of us, in front of us, behind us, above us, below us, in us, as us, through us. This is faith. Faith in God, faith in ourselves, and faith in each other. This is our blessing to the world. This is our faith. This is love. This is love. Let's pray. Taking a nice deep breath in. Oh, what a blessing it is to know that each one of us stands on holy ground, on sacred ground, wherever we are, whatever city, whatever town, whatever sister city. That this breath that each one of us is individually breathing is actually the breath of the divine that we share, knowing that we are all one in this unity, in this human family. And so on behalf of each one of us, I invite into this prayerful energy, into this circle of love, our family, our loved ones, our friends, just enfolding them and encircling them with this love, with this divine and great and glorious love. And in this same divine, great, and glorious love, I allow this prayer to be a beacon of light and love and strength and power and truth and grace to any place that is calling for it, any place impacted by the fires, by the flooding, by violence, by racism, by illness. I affirm for each one of us the power of the divine right where any being who is calling for more love is. Knowing that this is the same breath that they too are breathing. And so in the energy and in the love of this oneness, I affirm for each one of us the grace and the power to open our eyes, to look to the horizon, to stand in our faith, knowing that it is the faith of love itself, the love within us, the love within each other, and the love within God, the love within this world. What a blessing to be on the earth at this time, to be part of this love. And so from this place of love, I let go, I let God, I let it all be all that it is meant to be. And so it is. Blessed be.
Thank you, Reverend Shannon, for your powerful message today. We're going to hear from Justin Lacey in just a moment. This is our time of conscious giving. Thank you to our regular tithing and pledging individuals for your contribution. Every contribution makes a difference in the life of someone, whether it is a new person hearing this message for the first time, or someone who has been a student of this teaching for many years. Your financial gift makes a difference, and there's never been a more important time to support this teaching of a world that works for everyone. Please give what you can. Every amount makes a difference and allows us to offer this service online. You can text to give at 503-966-3236, or you can check out our website for other ways to contribute. We are so grateful for your gracious giving. And so now, holding that intention in your heart, let's bless our gifts. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. And now, here's Justin Lacey.
We've got CDs, tapes, and videos, radio and TV shows, conferences, retreats, and seminars. We've got books and magazines to read on everything from A to Z, and a web to surf from anywhere we are. But I hope with all this information buzzing through our brains that we will not let our hearts forget the most important thing. It's love, 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 love. It's all about love, 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 love. Everything else comes down to this. there's nothing any higher on a list than love. It's all about love. Now they're fighting in the Middle East, and they're fighting down on 7th Street, and there are fights in my own house on given days. It's like something's lurking deep inside that can't seem to be satisfied, but life was not meant to be lived this way. But it's true for every man and woman, every boy and girl, that our only hope for living here together in this world is love, 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 love. It's all about love, 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 love. Everything else comes down to this, nothing any higher on a list than love. This is the reason that we're here, to live in love and not from fear, and to send our love to those both far and near. Yeah, to give love and receive love, and to know there's always more. Come on now, love, love, love. I say love, love, love. Love, love, love. 'Cause after all, it's all about love. I say love, 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 love. It's all about love, 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 love. Oh, everything else comes down to this, nothing any higher on a list than love. 'Cause after all, it's all about love. That's right. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's all about, yeah, it's all about now. It's all about love, 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 love. It's all about love, 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 love. It's all about love, 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 love. It's all about love, yeah. Oh, it's all about love, 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 love. Oh, don't you know, it's all about love, 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 yeah. It's all about love, yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Justin Lacey. You're awesome. Thank you, New Thought Messengers. Thank you to our entire team who make this service possible every week. So grateful. I want to let you know a couple of things really quick. I'm going to be teaching Beyond Limits. It is the updated version of Foundations. I help to update it. I love this class. I love teaching it. I learn something new every time. It's a fabulous introductory class. Or if you want to stand in your faith even more, I invite you to join us. It's 6 weeks, Tuesday nights from 6:30 to 8:30. All the information is on the website. Scholarships are available. I look forward to seeing you there. And next week we have Lauren Steele is our musical artist. I can't wait. I'm so excited. We've decided to take a break from our Zoom chat today, but know that we look forward to connecting with all of you on Zoom next Sunday. And so let us together say our final blessing. May you go in the light, as the light, and with the light, until we meet again. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. You are loved. Have a great week. I love you. Bye. See ya.